Hey everybody, it's Alexander A. Manzoni, and I'm going to do the prologue from the Spokane Story. How about that? There is a beauty to the cracked asphalt pavement, to the lonely abandoned apartment buildings, to the squalor of dimly lit alleys. It is a Spartan industrial aesthetic rarely acknowledged by those who have not embraced it, and rarely seen still by those exposed at night to its dangerous secrets and unforeseen hazards. Chapter 0, Prologue, Walmart, Sprague Avenue, Thursday, November 20th, 2014, 3 p.m. Pete Scarborough and his father Amos slowly traipsed down the aisle towards checkout with their shopping cart. Inside was a baby stroller in a box, the cheapest, biggest one the store had left on the shelf, though admittedly the stroller had been emptied and discarded from the container. Their rudimentary chemistry supplies had since run low. It was time to restock on some of the more essential items, at least the items that weren't kept behind the counter. Batteries, camping fuel, a 3-gallon jug of porch cleaner, automotive starter fluid, distilled water, a pool pH testing kit, lye, those kinds of things. And then there was the other stuff they threw in for the hell of it. Cans of soup, canned corned beef, canned chunk leg tuna in oil, yellow rubber gloves, and some tins of cat food. Why do I gotta be doing this again? Pete complained to the old man. Because we're in this together, boy. Oh, yeah? Oh, yes. In for a gram, in for a kilo, that's what I say. The old man grunted and beckoned Pete to pick up the pace with the cart. This cart you picked is a piece of shit with its wobbly-ass wheel, said Pete. All you ever do is complain, protested the old man. Pete suddenly stopped pushing the cart. A couple walking behind them accidentally bumped into Pete. They apologized and continued on whilst Pete stood there. His father watched him with a sense of irritated bemusement. You think they're on to us? Pete asked. Don't think so. I think we're in the clear so far, and for that matter, I don't think they give two fucks about what we're doing. In the clear, Pete huffed, looking around the store nervously. That's a good one. We're not at the door yet. When you think of a better idea to get all of this stuff at once, go ahead and tell me. I'm all fucking ears. If it weren't for this little trick, we'd be out of business before the crows could shit at sundown. Now shut up and try to act normal for once. Can you do that? Can you, huh, son? Do you think it's possible with all the goddamn dope you're on? Ooh, yeah. Kids these days. Shit. Condescendingly remarked the old man. You don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. Fuck off, son, before I choose to put some hurting on you. They finished the gathering of inventory and thereupon stood in line behind a morbidly obese androgynous land whale in a disgustingly overstretched purple t-shirt with a cart packed to the brim with 24 packs of Diet Pepsi. The next few minutes painfully went crawling by. Then suddenly, a tinge of fear crept up Pete's spinal column, striking each vertebrae with lightning bolts of a radically disconcerting activity. Had one of the store dicks made them? Calm down, boy, said the old man through the corner of his mouth. He uttered a stale platitude from AA. Easy does it. I should have took a Xanax. I offered, but you said no. Shh, yourself. Don't you shush me, I'm your father. The clerk greeted them, an Acme vulgaris-ridden twerp whose name tag proclaimed his title as customer service associate and his name as Philip. Hi, folks. Are we doing well today? Asked Philip with his mouth full of goofy, uneven teeth raised with metal and periwinkle blue rubber bands. Oh, it's about as good as she's gonna get. That's good. Did you find everything all right? We sure did, said Pete, looking away, not meeting Philip's gaze as if he was the Medusa of Greek mythology, or basilisk, or cockatrice. Oh, the door, the exit to escape seemed but an unladen swallow's flight away. The box containing the stroller was positioned with the UPC carefully facing towards the register. That way, all Philip needed to do was lightly go over it with the pricing laser. Little did the Scarboroughs know that the jug of hydrochloric acid had sprung a leak at the juncture of the cap and bottleneck quite some time previous to that exact moment. The old man had briefly thought that something in the air was off. It smelled somewhat akin to rotten eggs befouled by time. The old man mistakenly attributed it to his son's consumption of an entire Zips Wrangler, a very large and very Western burger, if there ever was one, earlier that afternoon. While Pete did not notice the smell at all, because his mucous membranes were fried from doing hot rails. A practice whereupon one snorts a line with a glass or metal tube heated with a butane torch. With that in mind, the father and son team continued unabated and unmolested through the checkout process. That is, until the bottom fell out of the box on the way out the door, right in front of the elderly greeter. Acid spilled everywhere, melting shoes, dissolving everything in its path. "Boy, I told you to make sure those caps were on tight," the old man yelled with pathological scorn and disdain. "I thought I did." The greeter, an old man that was much older than the old man, tried weakly to stop them, saying, "Hey, you two, where do you think you're going?" "Fuck off," snarled the old man as he gave the shopping cart a quick burst of acceleration and barreled through the greeter. Ooh, the two cooks, father and son, made their escape. The swiftness of their departure surprised everybody that was working on the ship that night. To the general manager, they later related, "I don't know, it was like they were there and then they were gone, just like that. Gone in a cloud of acid." "Why didn't you catch them?" asked the flustered, balding manager. "They look dangerous," replied Philip. "I mean, what do you expect? We get paid minimum wage here." "Well, did you at least get the plate numbers off the security footage?" "We would have, but there wasn't tags on there to begin with." And that fucking RV looked like half the pieces of shit rolling around Spokane. Geez, what'd they take off with? Maybe 100, 150, 200 worth of camping supplies? Batteries? The acid, obviously." Said the manager, scratching his chrome dome anxiously. Must have been for cooking meth." "It seems that way." "Then you were better off not going after them. Sweet Jesus, those nutty bastards are liable to do anything. Goddamn dopers. Now get back to work before I have to dock you an hour." And that is the prologue of the Spokane Story. And tune in for more chapters and more stuff, more poems, more songs, more everything. Thank you very much. More American Carnage for sure. More American Carnage.